Seems like I'm joining the club of the cool kids who have recorded games without turning on their microphones, because I have been recording a few games in the new era tournament, haven't had my mic plugged in, so now hopefully it's plugged in. The first battle I'm going to be uploading from the new era tournament is between Obelix of the TGR clan, commanding the Allans, and Zarathustra of the Round Table Knights, commanding the Franks. Obelix is you might know Obelix from different videos. He helps me with a lot of testing and also helped me make the Battle of Stamford Bridge video. Very nice fellow. He also plays quite a bit of. He's more active in tournaments than me. Let's just put it that way. As for his army here, I quite like what he's done. He has 5 Germanic archers. He has the cavalry to protect them. He has 6 double gold Germanic horse. Then he has noble Germanic horsemen vanilla. They are going to provide morale benefits to the nearby Germanic horsemen, which is very useful. Then he has 4 or 5 noble Germanic swords and 1 Germanic noble. He has the rally ability. A very strong, very nice army from Obelix here. He has both ranged capabilities, he has infantry, very strong cavalry contingent. And let's see what Zarathustra has brought to the field. He has 4 Germanic archers, 2 pikes, 4 royal Anstrutiones. These Anstrutiones are going to cost him the game, because they mean that his Germanic horsemen are only single silver. He only has 5 Germanic horse. He has the Frankish general in addition, so the Frankish general is very strong. But since he is at a cavalry disadvantage, I would have liked to see him bringing a brace general. Then he has 2 Germanic lancers, and that's it. So Obelix, I would give the infantry advantage to Obelix here, the cavalry advantage and the skirmish advantage. He has more elite cavalry, he has stronger cavalry, he has more skirmishers, so the problem that Zarathustra faces here is that Zarathustra has to engage Obelix. He can't trade at range with Obelix because he is at a disadvantage there, but if he engages, then he is at a disadvantage there as well. These Germanic swords can just plop down shield wall, and then they will defeat the Royal Anstrutiones. The cavalry of Obelix will handsomely defeat the cavalry of Zarathustra on the flanks. So Zarathustra is in a very difficult position. He also has his skirmishers in his Germanic archers are in a very deep formation. That is going to be a problem when the skirmish starts. Obelix in a slightly wider formation, which is going to help him take less casualties. And this swamp map sort of usually it forces engagements in towards this zone here, so having pikes on this map isn't the worst thing. You can zone off a significant portion of the battlefield, and any attempt at flanking here could be met with just massive volleys of flaming arrows. Flaming arrows, of course, having a bonus against infantry, and it's also better to use flaming arrows when you're firing at like Germanic archers. If you're firing at Germanic archers and you use precision shot and then flaming, it's going to increase the damage up to 68, which is massively worth it against units without armor. So screening on the flanks here with his cavalry is Zarathustra. Obelix gets the first volley off, but not far behind is Zarathustra firing at the Germanic archers. It looks like there's a slight range disadvantage in place for Obelix here, but the formation here by the formations by Zarathustra means that he's going to take more casualties with each volley than Obelix is. Obelix here being active pushing away the skirmishers of Zarathustra. Zarathustra responds appropriately by just moving the rest of his army up, so that he can now he can potentially throw axes and fire at these Germanic horse, and they are taking fire on the return. Precision shot Germanic archers here, not being able to make good use of their precision shot. So much fire incoming here, but you can see that Zarathustra is getting the worst of this engagement. Obelix is doing a good job focus firing, and Zarathustra just keeps moving, and this is the conundrum that Zarathustra finds himself in. He can't stay at range, he is losing the skirmish fight, he's losing so many archers. If he pushes here and charges straight into the shield walls of Obelix, he's just going to lose his infantry. And if he engages the cavalry, then he's going to die as well. So getting the pikes on the flanks and using the pikes together with the cavalry might be a good strategy for Zarathustra here. But just in terms of builds, he is at a severe disadvantage, and you can see how well Obelix is focusing here on these Germanic archers, just destroying the Germanic archers, pulling back. Very nice kiting here by Obelix. He has the ranged advantage. There's absolutely no reason for him to rush this. He could just keep pushing and keep pouring in the fire into the advancing army of Zarathustra. And having cavalry support here allows him to play very ballsy with his Germanic archers. They're now going to get good volleys here right into the flanks of these Germanic horsemen, and that volley really hurt. You might not see it in terms of kills, but these units are going to start dropping quickly when the main engagement starts. The Germanic pikes are pushing forward, and here Obelix is not completely on the ball. His Germanic archers stop pulling back, and now they're going to get charged by a duo of Germanic lancers. It's a good night, sweet prince, to the Germanic archers of Obelix. So all of a sudden, the skirmish advantage he has fought so hard for was just taken away from him. A charge here, nice charge by Germanic horse into Germanic horse. Over here, Obelix really needs to get his charge. Nicely done by Zarathustra. He almost caught Obelix off guard there. Very nice charge in the center by Zarathustra. Took away significant amount of Obelix's skirmishing power. But he still has these Germanic archers firing here, and the Royal Ansertiones, they're taking so much damage here. This is into the actually into the shielded side, so still doing a lot of damage to them. So much fire. Now you could hear that Obelix popped shield wall. His unit said shield wall now. And over here, Obelix is definitely getting the better of these engagements. He has the upgraded cavalry. He's doing a very good job here. A bit risky though, but he is doing a good job in closing off the cavalry engagements, getting out his own cavalry, leaving the enemy cavalry stuck in. But this noble Germanic sword is going to lose terribly. These noble Germanic swords are going to win purely because they are in shield wall. Shield wall is a deadly ability for the infantry units that have it. The Germanic lancers get a nice charge here into the Germanic horse. The Germanic horse got snagged on this unit, which is of course very annoying. And here you can see the importance of having Germanic horse upgraded to gold. They are going to stay here for quite some time. The Frankish general is going to take a significant amount of friendly fire. Just leave it. The Germanic horse are holding. If these weren't upgraded Germanic horse, they would not be holding under the fire they're taking now. In the center here, you can see that the Royal Ansertiones are doing a horrible job against the shield walls of Obelix. And that was the conundrum that Zarathustra found himself in. He was going to lose at range, he was going to lose the cavalry fight, and only infantry against infantry with Ansertiones against noble Germanic swords. The noble Germanic swords are going to win if they're in shield wall. And the Germanic archers still supporting, still the cavalry advantage making itself felt for Obelix here. The Frankish general is taking friendly fire. A little unit of noble Germanic swords crashing into the pikes here from the flanks. Just cavalry units dying all across the map from flaming arrows. So many flaming arrows here. The amount of friendly fire done in this battle has been substantial. But it's cool seeing all of these flaming projectiles fly across the map. Very nice battle as well, with a distinct skirmish phase and main engagements, cavalry play. I think both players have done a fairly decent job here. It's just that the build of Obelix, he made some mistakes, but his build is the stronger one in this case. He basically has all the advantages he needs to ensure victory. And you can see it here. Obelix's cavalry is destroying the cavalry of Zarathustra, also with the help of the surplus of Germanic archers, of course. He did actually lose over here due to the support and to the friendly fire, but he has more than enough. He's going to break the 2 Royal Anstrucciones now, and Royal Anstrucciones are just way too expensive. It gave Obelix the ability that Obelix brought the noble Germanics, gave Obelix the ability to upgrade his cavalry. It gave him the ability to bring more skirmishers. Not bringing any pikes allowed him to just bring better cavalry. So I think Obelix made the correct choice here in picking his build, and I also think the pikes and the Anstrucciones kind of cost Zarathustra the game here. Obelix would have to mess up to a legendary degree to lose this battle, in my opinion. Just going by the builds, and yeah, he had 1,300 men remaining and 586 men remaining for the Franks, so very decisive. And you can see by the kills here as well that the noble Germanic swords, on average, they do very well. And the cavalry, these lancers did very well. They were able to take care of some skirmishers, but the skirmishers of the Germanic archers of Obelix did an impressive job. And the cavalry, basically everything did a good job on Obelix's side. The problem with these Royal Anstrucciones, they are so expensive that for the price of 4 Royal Anstrucciones, you get 4 noble Germanic swords and 2 Germanic horse. And in terms of flexibility and power, it's just no contest. 4 noble Germanic swords and 2 Germanic horse, a much superior choice to the Royal Anstrucciones. And also, if we get the Germanic pikes into the mix, you can either have 2 pikes and 4 Royal Anstrucciones, or you can have 4 noble Germanic swords, 2 Germanic horsemen, and almost, not quite, 2 Germanic archers. So I think that was what mainly lost Zarathustra this battle. Bringing 2 expensive units and basically having spent too much on infantry, it allowed Obelix to have the advantage in skirmish and cavalry, and those 2 work synergistically. So nicely done. Good luck in the coming rounds of the tournament to Obelix. GG to Zarathustra. Strength and honor.